Okay, so we're going to go ahead and work this problem. It's number 5 from the review. How many 5-digit numbers are not divisible by 8? A couple things that we need to know. We have a sequence of 5-digit numbers, okay? And if we think about all the 5-digit numbers, that's going to be from 10,000 to 99,999. Okay, so that's all our 5-digit numbers right here. Okay, we want to know how many there are that are not divisible by 8. It's actually easier to find the numbers that are divisible by 8, subtract it from the total numbers, total amount of 5-digit numbers. So in order to do that, in order to how to find out how many 5-digit numbers are divisible by 8, I'm going to use the idea of an arithmetic sequence. Numbers divisible by 8 are 8, 16, 24, right? It goes up by 8. It's arithmetic because I add 8 each time. But the idea is now we're starting at 10,000. So if I take each one of these numbers, the 10,000 and 99,999, if I divide this guy by 8, if I get an integer, that's what my, then that number is divisible by 8. And that actually happens with 10,000. So I know my first term in this sequence is going to be 10,000. Well, the next term would be 10,008. But we're not going to list all these out. That would take forever. And so now I'm going to go ahead and take this guy, this 99,999. I'm going to divide that by 8. Well, I don't get an integer. Okay? I get some number. And it's got the decimal. Well, if you ignore the decimals and take whatever that number is and multiply it by 8, that's actually going to give you your last term. So our last term actually in this sequence, when we do that with this problem, we get 99,992. And this is my first term and my last term. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and I'm going to apply this to my arithmetic sequence. So I have my last term plus my first term. This is not going to work out, so give me a second here. We'll get a new slide. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to apply the numbers that we had just gotten. We're going to apply it to our arithmetic sequence, right? So I got 99,992 is equal to 10,000. Okay, so my first term, my last term, and I'm going to add that to n minus 1 times 8. 8 is the constant difference because they're multiples of 8. When I simplify this, I'm going to get n is equal to 11,250. And so what that means, let me erase that and clean it up a little bit. Is that there are 11,250 numbers that are divisible by 8, that are 5-digit numbers. Okay, great. Well, I want to find out how many are not divisible by 8. Okay, so that means all the other numbers are not divisible by 8. So if I take the numbers that are in my set, all the 5-digit numbers, well, how do I find that? So if I find all the 5-digit numbers, remember the trick was if I take 10,000, right, we subtracted these two numbers and then added 1, and that's going to equal 90,000. So if I take 90,000 and I subtract this right here, this guy's all the 5-digit numbers. I subtract the amount that are divisible by 8. That leaves me with the numbers that are not divisible by 8. So our solution, 78,750.